Hello everybody, my name is Goodboy and welcome to the top 10 ways to kill Roshan at level 1. Here I'll be running through the most effective, fastest heroes that work really well in this patch. So before we start, I thought I'd run through some of the basic mechanisms behind it. What you'll need to do is you'll need to get, for both heroes, 3 healing salves, a TP scroll, a stout shield. You teleport as soon as you arrive to the nearest shrine to the Rosh pit, and then one of you goes in and tanks. This mechanism works in the same way always, where Ursa stacks up his Fury Swipes, and after time, he deals insane levels of damage to kill Roshan. The particular method we're using in this case is the Vampiric Aura. It's such a strong aura that comes from Wraith King. It's quite a simple mechanism. What happens is, he'll tank first while Ursa hits, making sure, of course, not to leave anything more than 6 seconds between hitting Roshan. And then one will tank while the other heals up using those wonderful healing cells. And then it's sort of just in, out, back and forth. The idea being, of course, that you can last a lot longer with the healing that comes from the Vampiric Aura. After stacking up enough Fury Swipes, it starts to do really quite tremendous damage. And then you can quickly do it at level 1 before the timer runs out, or just as the match starts. The greatest opportunity that we're seeing, though, is that now that everyone's contesting the runes in the jungle and not by the river spot, it's harder to notice if someone's killing Roshan. So, who's the worst of the top 10? Well, it's Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern's Cold Embrace makes her immune to physical damage, which is a great way to tank for a bit longer while being healed. Naturally, of course, you don't want to use it on Ursa, because then you won't hit it and you'll lose all your Fury Swipes. But after a nice bit of accumulative stacks, and of course going in, out, in, out, in, out, you can actually enjoy a really, really fun, effective way of doing it. Now, with that being said, it's really, really hard. It's probably the hardest of the list of 10 to do it this way, and it's very easy to screw it up, so probably don't start off with Winter Wyvern. For number 9, it's TA. TA actually is surprisingly robust, and this is using her refraction ability. So Roshan can hit her 3 times. And then obviously her shield collapses and then she starts to tank. But this means she can tank for a lot longer, and actually that proves to be ultra effective. And then it's just simple case of healing in and healing out. You can actually get it before the game starts as well, so it's actually a really, really strong way of doing it. So Lich. The way Lich works, obviously you get a bonus armor buff, but in particular as they hit you, you enjoy slowing their attack speed, which means Roshan can't hit you and damage you as much, which means you last a bit longer. And so you can heal in, heal out, and it's all really good fun. I don't massively rate it in terms of time it takes to do Roshan, but it is effective. Obviously you've already seen Wraith King in action, but nonetheless, just thought I'd put him in at number 7. He's awesome. He's sort of this gold staple, but easy to predict if you're going to the Roshan pit. So Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is actually a surprise favourite. Because he can just activate his Voodoo Restoration spell, he can then simply, for ages and ages, just leave that on and then tank. And both you and Ursa last for ages while doing this wonderful in-out. It's actually a pretty easy way of doing it, and surprisingly effective. Lone Druid might be the easiest way to do it, providing, of course, you're smart enough to give the bear the stout shield and the healing potions first. You can do it in such a way that actually Ursa never gets hit. The only thing I say with the problem is, obviously, microing 2 units at the same time can be a bit challenging. But the bear tanks for ages, making it really easy for Ursa to hit uninterrupted. So Juggernaut, very, very similar to Witch Doctor, obviously with his wonderful mobile healing unit. Allows you, and a massive healing buff as well, allows you both to tank for absolutely ages. Now you only get one go on this, but at the same time you'll still enjoy a really, really effective healing rate and in, out, in, out. Very, very effective, well worth doing it. And so effective actually, I had to put him where he is. So Io. Io is considered to be a bit of a staple, and the main reason being is that while Io's healing, so is Ursa. And of course, if you catch Roshan in the tether, it slows him a little bit, but it's not actually that great at level 1. But make sure, of course, Io being very, very low armor and tries to tank very hard, make sure you get that balance right and don't die. So, second favourite is Beastmaster. Beastmaster gives an aura with increased attack speed. That's really, really, really good. You can easily kill Roshan well before the time is up. And again, because Beastmaster is reasonably robust, you can do it in such a way that you can tank easily. So this guy has the fastest par time in terms of getting it. Killing Roshan the fastest, and as luck would have it, Ogre Magi is also really tanky. Using Bloodlust on Ursa, you can ensure that he hits the guy for a long, long duration, and depending on how often Roshan stuns Ursa will depend how quickly it goes naturally, but you can easily bring the guy down fast. And like I say, the quicker you do it, the less likely you are to be ganked and killed by enemy. And he is the #1 best way to kill Roshan.